I was at the farmer's market the other day as a vendor with my bath and body products, and the lady next to me had these adorable macrame ghosts. So I thought I would recreate it. The first thing you want to do is make a platform for the macrame to glue onto, and you can make this as big as you want depending on your rope size and how big you want it. So I used I think it's called a compass, to make like a half circle. And I'm just going to cut it out. This cardboard's pretty thick. You can use a foam board if you want as well. And maybe even a heavy duty paper plate might even work. So whatever you have on hand, but I'm pretty sure everybody has cardboard on hand. And then you want to figure out the center of this base so that you can start your macrame cord in the right position. You don't want it to be kind of off. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that here. And then I am determining how long I want the ghost body to be. So here I am just kind of laying it out, trying to eyeball what will be the best length for this. And then I'll just go ahead and cut this piece off. And then I'm going to use that piece to go ahead and measure a few more. I don't know how many I'm going to need, so I'm just going to do, I don't know, maybe like a half a dozen or so, maybe 8, until you need some more. And then you can remeasure, because it's going to get a little bit shorter as you go around and glue the roping on. I was trying to determine what I was going to use to hang this. You can put something on the back of it if you want, like maybe double-sided tape or those command strips or something, but I wanted to be able to hang it. So I'm just going to use some fishing line, and here I'm marking where I want to glue the fishing line down so that it's going to be, it's going to hang nice. It's not going to be kind of lopsided when you hang it up. So I'm just going to go ahead and put a line of glue down, and then grab the fishing line, hold it down in the glue until it dries, and then do the same thing for the other side. And then I just start at the top on the one side, and I'll just glue little portions of it at a time, like maybe half the side at a time, and then go ahead and put the roping down. I'm always a little bit leery about how quick the glue will dry. And if you want, you can have a handy little tool like some tweezers or something to help you put this down or to hold it, because that glue gets hot, as you know, and if you touch that, it burns. So if you want to use a little tool, or you want to just trust that you're going to not burn yourself, whatever works for you. One of the things I did, so I was going to get some of the cording that you can get at the Dollar Tree. It's a lot thicker, so you can make a bigger one a little faster, or a smaller one a little faster, however you look at it. But I decided not to, because I already had this at home, even though this cording is smaller. But you can get a couple of them at the Dollar Tree, or $1.25 Tree, as it's called now. I also didn't really like the color of the Dollar Tree one. It was like almost gray. It looked dingy. So this one's more of a cream color. So, and like I said, you can see that big roll there. I honestly think I got it at Amazon a few years ago when I was making like a macrame plant holder. So whatever works for you, whatever you have, you can make as many as you want. Obviously, I could make several of these. I could make some smaller ones or whatever. But yeah, just go around, and once I ran out of cording, I went ahead and remeasured, because like I said, as you go around, the roping is gonna be a little bit shorter. So I'm just go around and cut as much as I think I need, and then continue gluing it on. I sometimes think that my crafts take a long time because I watch shows while I'm working on my projects, and I cut a lot of this out, edited a lot out, but I'll stop and I'm, getting engrossed in whatever show that I'm watching. The latest one I watched was a documentary on Netflix called Unknown Number. It had to do with a girl in Michigan who was getting bullied with texts, and it's crazy. I'm not even going to give any spoilers, but it's really crazy. You'll have to watch it, and it's just it's a documentary. I don't even know, maybe it's 2 hours long, hour and a half, but it's just one show. You don't have to watch it for several days or whatever, so it's pretty good. You'll have to watch it. So now you need to cut off the bottom to make it all even. So I'm going to tape down my ruler so that it doesn't move. I'm kind of eyeballing it, obviously, as you can see, where I need to cut it, and hoping that it's going to be straight. So I was having issues trying to cut it with it being on the table. And so I'm going to go ahead and grab a Sharpie, just like a light color, and mark on here where I need to cut it. And then I'm going to untape my ruler and pull it down towards the end of my table, as you'll see in a minute. So then it's just easier for me to go ahead and cut the ends. And I know I'm leaving a lot of video in here that I could probably, speed through and you don't have to sit there and watch it all. But I like to have my videos, especially my long form videos, a certain length, because you got to feed the YouTube algorithm and what they're looking for. So I appreciate you staying on, and watching this. So here I have a bunch of cookie cutters in a box. I use these for a lot of my clay projects, and I'm looking for oval ones because I'm not a good, drawer, and I don't trust myself to have nice oval eyes and a nose is what I'm looking for. So I have this oval set, and I'm just going to go ahead and pick out the size that I think will be good for the eyes and the nose. And then I'm going to trace it on this felt with a white marker so that I can see it. So I'm just going to go ahead and trace it on the felt and cut them out. So a little trick that I learned when gluing things on, or you want to make sure that they're in the spot that you put them on, instead of picking them up, gluing the back, and then putting them back down, hoping that you got the right spot. I just do one half at a time and then glue the other half down. So here I decided to untwist the roping. You don't have to do this. This actually took quite a long time, probably longer than it did to make the whole thing. But again, I was watching the show, so I didn't mind. And then I kind of got into a rhythm of how, the best way to unravel this. It may have been a little easier if I had it hanging up. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. But I just sat there and watched my show and just unraveled it. I'm not going to let you, you don't have to watch the whole thing. I do speed this up. Only do half of it. The other thing why I want to keep this video running, it's kind of weird, but the timestamp right now is at 13:01:13, and I like the number 13. It's actually a good luck number. It's not a bad luck number like everybody says, but for me it's a good luck number. So I kind of want to keep this video at 13, and we'll see how it does, and if it gets views, maybe it'll get 13 views or 1,300 views or 13,000 views. Let's keep track of that. That'd be fun. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and just keep unraveling these and see how it turns out. So here's the finished piece. As you saw in the beginning, it turned out really cute. And you could put like a flower in her hair or a jaunty little hat. But I'm going to put this on my door coming into the house, so it's really cute. This is Jeannie with Makers Unify. Have a DIY day.